I was really shocked about the poll that we just did on interest rates.
53% of you said that you would prefer lower interest rates with a higher price than higher rates right now than a lower price.
So the big thing is a low interest rate is not always the end-all be-all in when you're looking at purchasing a home. The lower purchase price is what you need to capitalize on. Interest rates, they'll fluctuate. A low housing price doesn't come around too often. This is what's going to be so important about this poll. The big thing is though, the interest rate doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you why. So the big thing with this, what you have to understand, is that you're looking at your house, you're looking at that property as a long-term thing. So if I'm able to purchase the property at a lower price, I'm going to make up the appreciation over the years. My interest rate's going to fluctuate on my term. I could have a 3-year term, a 5-year term, a 1-year term. This is going to fluctuate. Your rate's always going to change, but what you purchase your house for will not. We've seen ebbs and flows and ups and downs. We know the market cycles every 7-8 years. Where the opportunity is, now that you're hearing about the interest rates continually coming down, is getting into the market sooner than later. We do know that the rates, as they come down, prices will reflect and go up. You almost have a small window of opportunity right now to understand that if I purchase this property at, let's say, $1 million, and we know that they were selling before at about $1.2 million, even though I'm paying a higher interest rate right now, that's only going to be for the next 3 to 5 years. But if my property goes up and catches back up, that's a $200,000 gain that I achieved by getting into the market, versus if I sit there and wait 2-3 years for the interest rates to come back down. I'm going to gain on the appreciation of my property, and in 3 years, my gain is when I'm going to have the lower interest rate. So it may feel like you're taking a step backwards right now because the interest rate may be higher. And as you gradually see it come down, you're going to see buyers enter the market again, which means more competition, more supply is going to be sold. Sitting on the sideline, you got to ask yourself, where am I going? Am I going into a condo? Am I upsizing? Am I downsizing? Am I just moving lateral? Because what you're going to do is you're actually planning today for your future self. So if I'm saying to myself, I want to upsize, where my biggest opportunity is the house I'm going to. Because I know that that mortgage that I'm going to be carrying for 20, 25 years is going to start at a lower number than if I wait for my rate to come down. Because again, if I was chasing the rates and I wait for that rate to come down, I might be waiting, but that 10, 20% gap that's going to come from it, it means that now I have to make that money back up versus letting the market do it for me. And keep in mind, if I'm buying that forever home, I want to purchase it at a lower price. I want to start my mortgage at a lower number. I don't want the higher mortgage on it, right? So keep those things in mind. If I'm downsizing right now, I have to look, what am I downsizing into, right? If I'm going from a nice big detached to maybe a condo townhouse, I got to look at that market. That market right now, we've seen a big pullback on, right? Opportunity. You're downsizing. You're not taking a mortgage. So remember, the interest rates don't mean anything to you. You're going to be selling that investment. You've made your money. You've been in your home for a long time. You got to say, okay, if I hold this property right now, does this mean that more homes are going to come on the market, right? Because you're saying to yourself, interest rates are changing. They've been changing over the last 3 to 5 years. Everybody 3 years ago that had 1-2% are now finding that fluctuation where they're coming into the market and now they're coming for renewals. We got about 84% of renewals coming next year. So again, what does this mean? This means you have to look at the overall picture for the market. That many people are coming for renewals, it also could mean supply is going to also increase. So if our supply increases and our buyers increase, we're going to stay at a balanced market. But now what's going to happen is if some of those prices do come up as the buyers come out and supply goes away, I'm now buying that property or that downsize or that forever home at a higher price. So the interest rate that you're going to take today is not going to change much for tomorrow, but the purchase price of what you're pricing at and buying at is where you're really going to feel the effects. I'm Nick Crozier with Crozier Realty. If you're not too sure what to do, you're on the fence, do I wait, do I do it, do I jump? Give me a call, click the link on Calendly below. We'll schedule a call with you and we can chat about your situation and go over your goals together.